So I loved all of this. I love the stinky fish at the beginning, and I can see lots of different ways that that can be utilized. What I also loved is the designing of the ritual canvas. I use that tool all the time in my coaching, but I use it with coachees around when they get triggered in situations and what's the trigger, what's the behavior that comes out of that trigger, and what's the reward. And in order for us to change people's behavior, we have to look at where they get triggered. But I loved how you use this in designing a ritual canvas. I love that these tools can be leveraged and reused in different ways and for different kind of meanings. So I love that. And it's a tool that I find I've used very successfully, and it's very emotionally driven. So that's what I love about it too, is rituals have to be emotionally driven. They have to tie into an emotional reaction you're trying to create. So I just thought this was really great. I'm going to reuse some of these things. And, I think this could be used even with some of my coachees around rituals they're trying to create with their teams as well.
It's been fantastic for me. I've got lots of ideas going into the next few weeks with my groups, and I'm just very, very grateful for you making this possible online, Gustavo.
I thought everything was amazing to bring it all together. I was particularly inspired by the canvas and its many uses. And as we were talking about onboarding new colleagues and new leaders into, the intended organizational culture, I just began to have lots of ideas about an area which I'm responsible for in our organization, talent management. And really having something that will help individuals sort of gain this confidence that this is a culture, this is a place in which they can realize their noble purpose. But having a tool that links those two.
Is trying to kind of introduce in the organization. And I think it's difficult for people to practice them. And I think that the piece around the rituals and tying them to kind of some of the behaviors that we want people to be demonstrating is a kind of a good way as a reinforcement kind of piece of the change. And so I will share my ideas with my old team that has kind of taken this project on in terms of the culture transformation. And I think that it's also, they're very easy to understand kind of, I think, frameworks, which is nice.
I would have met, Gustavo and Sofia a year ago. I would have hired them to help me execute this within an organization that I was at, because I think it's a great exercise. It might be easier if it's moderated by an outside partner.